I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
It's all about good morning.
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 How you doing?
Morning.
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 Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the one, the only, the hot ravioli, El Presidente, Julian Nicholas, and I am here with Mr. Alex.
How you doing, Julian?
Good. I'm surprised Adrian not here.
I know. I was practicing all night with those smiles.
I mean, I could have said, hey, I'm with Adrian. He just got a bit taller.
Adrian has hair.
Yeah, I was
a nice full head of hair.
Yeah.
That's really mean.
Yeah, true.
I'm here too. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Nessie. Didn't see you there.
Happy Friday to you. It's February 24th. Where does the time go, gentlemen?
I don't know.
It goes to something, that's for sure.
Yes, it does. So we are live. This is the Zebra Morning Show, and we are outside the library. The sun is shining, and Julian's here.
Hi.
Ready for the weather?
Yes, sir.
All righty.
We'll make it sweet, we'll make it short. Now here for you is the weather report.
Buenos dias, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently at 42 degrees. But seriously, do not worry. Do not fret. We'll be at a high of 42 degrees. And it's going to be sunny all day long. I mean, correction. We'll only be at a high of 48 degrees. But it's still going to be sunny all day long with a slight breeze from 11 to 2.
What does the weekend look like? Because it's Friday.
They're mostly going to be cloudy. For Saturday, it's going to be at a high of 34, and Sunday, it's going to be at a high of 50.
All right, so Sunday's the better day.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do our announcements.
All right.
All right, take it away, Julian.
Did you know that after we do this show live each day, we release it as a podcast? You can listen to the Zebra Morning Show wherever you listen to your podcasts.
We are in the month of February, and it is Black History Month. And here are today's words as we bring you inspiring words from influential black figures. Quote, developing a good work ethic is key. Apply yourself at whatever you do because that work ethic will be reflected in everything you do in life. End quote. And those words come to us from Tyler Perry, producer, director, actor, screenwriter, author, entrepreneur, playwright, and philanthropist. Once the highest paid man in entertainment, Tyler Perry continues to have a tremendous influence on Hollywood and the world. In fact, Time magazine named Tyler Perry as one of the most 100 influential people of 2020.
Ooh.
He also served in Starfleet. Very important.
Yes, he did.
And he was a raging old grandma.
He did do that. Quite a few times, actually.
Is that the Medina character?
Yep.
Medea.
It's amazing.
All right. What clubs are meeting today, Julian?
We got Robotics Club from 2:40 to 3:40 and H211. And we also got Rec Room, which I'll be playing dominoes with my friends from 2:45 to 4 o'clock in C107.
We also have the esports meeting in B115.
We didn't get to sports yet.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
No, but that's a club meeting.
I know, but you gotta.
That's athletics.
Yeah, you just gotta.
You're welcome.
You're right.
Students, your Chromebooks can be serviced daily during the following times: 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. If you need Chromebook help, ask your teacher for a pass and go to their setup underneath the main staircase and make sure you get that pass.
March 23rd and the 24th at 7 o'clock p.m. The lovely play Lovesick by John Cariani will be playing at the show at the school. Am I correct?
Yeah, in the auditorium. That's where they do the plays.
Yeah. And aren't they also doing it on the 25th at 2 p.m.?
A Saturday matinee.
Oh, a wonderful way to spend your day.
Absolutely. Also, yesterday we had announced the different cast and crew members. So again, shout out to everybody who's involved in that production. Coming soon, very excited to announce this here this morning, an all new and all Spanish podcast coming soon to the Zebra Podcast Network. We are going to be debuting the beginning of this as we ask you to listen to a special Zebra Morning Show and Hispanic Culture Club crossover this Monday, February 27th, as we celebrate Dominican Independence Day on the 27th. So here's how it's going to work, everybody. We're going to do our regular Zebra Morning Show on Monday morning, 7:15 to about 7:30, and then at 8 a.m. on our YouTube channel and in our podcast feed, we are going to drop a special episode that was recorded yesterday with some members of the Hispanic Culture Club, and we are working behind the scenes to create and words are hard. Create and produce an ongoing all Spanish podcast from some of our Hispanic Culture Club students, and it's going to be awesome as we offer that programming for our students.
I like it.
Yes. What else is going on here? You've got questions, and your NBH admin have the answers. Submit your questions for our school administrators, and they will answer them in future episodes. When we get questions, we can invite them on, and we can pepper them with your queries. If you'd like to submit a question, go to zebrapodcastnetwork.com/shoutout.
If you want to get your announcement or shout out on the morning show, visit our website, zebrapodcastnetwork.com. You can submit something on our Google form or let us hear your voice. Send us a lovely voicemail. That should be everything. That should be everything.
You know who sent us a lovely voicemail that we played twice this week?
My mother?
No.
Okay.
I would love it if your mom sent us a voicemail, so show her how to do it. Mr. Alex sent us a voicemail. We're going to be talking with Mr. Alex here in just a couple of minutes. And now it's time for the show within the show, and I'm going to introduce myself. It's the Zebra Sports Desk with me,
Hi.
Mr. Nessie.
Hi.
We've got a couple of things going on today. One we will talk extensively about. But after school today, in D105 at 3 o'clock, there is a baseball interest meeting. And if you like baseball, you need to show up to this meeting. And if you play baseball, you need to show up to this meeting to find out what you need to know to be a part of the 2023 Zebra Baseball Program. I love the game of baseball, and I'm actually looking to get involved and maybe helping out a little bit this season. So if you want to play baseball with Mr. Nessie, go to the meeting today.
I think isn't Chef the assistant coach?
Chef Askalai, our culinary arts professional, is the assistant varsity coach this season. The head coach will be on hand. I do not have that individual's name at the top of mind, but come out, meet the varsity coach, see Chef, and again, get involved. Baseball is an awesome game. You shut your mouth. I don't want to hear you say a negative word about baseball.
Okay, but I got a question.
Nope. No negative words.
Does
Question
it involve food?
No, about baseball.
Cracker Jacks.
I mean, they're pretty good. They're just really bad for your teeth.
All right, what's your question?
Are you good at baseball?
Am I good at baseball?
Yes.
Yes. I still play softball with Mr. Alex. So I love the game. And
I'm actually not very good.
He sells himself way short.
Baseball's all right.
Wow.
I said it's all right. I didn't say it was garbage. I didn't say it was bad.
So you realize when you say, it's all right, that's you saying, I think this is terrible, but I'm going to be nice because I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Good morning, Miss Morano.
Oh. No, I did not.
Well, you learned something new today.
If you didn't know, now you know.
The more
Speaking of knowledge, there's a meeting today for our Z Sports team, and it is Fun Friday, so we're going to transition into our Fun Friday conversation, and we're going to welcome back to the Zebra Morning Show your Z Sports head coach, Mr. Alex. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Nessie. Thank you for having me here.
If you also didn't know, Mr. Alex is also our executive producer of talent acquisition here on the morning show. Good morning, Ms. Dawson. heartbeat of the school right
Yeah,
there.
so I'm why the guests come, and when they don't come, that's also my fault.
Yes. So we're going to talk Z Sports. Mr. Alex, how are things in Z Sports land?
They're pretty good. We just finished up our winter season. We did better than our fall season, actually. We did Overwatch. We won 2 matches this season. We actually went against P-Tech yesterday, and it was a really close match. We almost lost a couple times, but we were able to hold them off, and we were able to take control, and we won the match.
What was the game being played?
Overwatch 2.
Okay.
And sadly, we didn't make the playoffs, so that's the end of the season. But now we're planning for our next season, which is the spring, where we'll be doing Valorant.
I know that's a game that Adrian was playing for a while.
Yeah, I remember.
Are you familiar with that game, Julian?
I never played, but I have played Fortnite before on the Switch, and I sometimes play PUBG on my phone. So
Another Battle Royale game.
Is that the premise of Valorant?
No.
Oh, what is Valorant?
So Valorant works like this. You basically have rounds.
Okay.
In which you're on. It's more like a team deathmatch type setting. But however, each round, once your character gets killed, you're out of the round. So it's like an elimination of the round. And you just want to win the most rounds.
it's basically a death match, like a battle to the death.
Yeah, but with like normal TDMs like Call of Duty and those other games, those type of games, when your character gets killed, he'll come back after like a spawn time. In Valorant, when your character dies, it's it. Like each round is an elimination match. So once your character dies in that round, he's gone. He doesn't come back.
How do they turn that into, I guess, an sport?
So basically, to win the game, you have to win a certain amount of rounds. I believe it's 13, if I'm correct. These are long matches. Like
Okay.
I have to admit, for all the games I've played, I sit there and I go, "Oh my God, this is long." We've had matches last year that went 45 minutes, even over an hour, just because of how long it took for the teams to like eliminate each other. But once you win those rounds, you win enough rounds, you win the game, and that's how you win against the other team, and that's how they do their grading.
Okay.
Well, how they're ranking.
My next question is, again, I'll stick with Valorant since that's what's going to be the big spring game, right? That's the themed game.
That's the money.
What is the theme or the setting of Valorant? Like, what are the characters? Like, what's the environment?
This is one of the things I like about Valorant. It's a similar reason why I like Apex Legends and some of those games. Each character is a specialization. So some have more of a support role, some have more of a defensive role, and some have more of an attack role. And what's really interesting is because of this, the way you make your team is you want to have characters who will complement each other. So, like, for example, there's one character who throws fireballs and throws these cool, almost like fire waves at the enemy, and that could do damage. You can have another player who could throw these, like, smoke bombs so you can't see. You have another player who could throw, like, these, like, ice things that you can actually use them to, like, jump up. So that's where, like, the real strategy comes into it. You actually have it that you have to figure out what's the best type of players to have together to accomplish your tasks. Do you want to be more an aggressive team, more a defensive team?
Do the characters do these different, I guess, avatars? Do they have names? Like,
Yeah.
Are they elves, knight? Like, what's the what are they?
They're just different things.
Okay. Is it like? Maybe I'm not asking the right question.
No, you are.
Okay. So somebody comes to the meeting today. Mm-hmm. What's the purpose of today's meeting?
So the purpose of today's meeting is, one, just to see how many people would be interested in playing. Two, it's to sign up for Family ID to ensure that they're actually cleared and able to play, because this is considered, we are held to certain standards, one by the GSE, which is Garden State Esports, but also by the high school. So, for example, you can't have failing grades, things like that. So you have to do Family ID. And then after we go over what the general schedule is going to be and what the game is going to be and what the plan is, my goal is to take our players. We'll come into the media center where we always meet, where we always do our practices and matches, and I'm going to have them play a little bit. I have some of my players who have been with me either for all of this year or even as far as last year. Shout out Starling. And they're going to play with them, and they're actually going to help, and we're going to just kind of gauge, like, who do we have, what are our levels, what do we think we're capable of, And that also allowed me to see what people specialize in so I could start trying to formulate the strategies that we'll use to hopefully make playoffs.
What does that look like from a coaching person? Like, what does that mean? Like, how do
I do it?
Yeah, like, what's the
So-
strategy for Z Sports? I don't get it.
You're just putting this together.
In general, like how you put it together. Like, so I've coached baseball, right? So I understand what it would mean to plan for that, like whether it's practices or game strategy. What does that look like in esports?
So when I'm putting it together, I'm trying to set it up in a way where basically I want my players, that I want people who specialize in support roles. I'll have one or two guys in there. I'll have players who are more of like a defensive player. I'll probably have one or so in there because they're usually good for the back, and then I'll have two in the front who are more aggressive players. The catch is that by Garden State Esports rules, I can't talk to the players while the match is going on. So I can't be on the sidelines and saying, hey, do this, this, this.
Okay.
So I actually will designate a captain who actually is calling out the plays and saying if they need to change characters or not, or weapons. So with like Overwatch 2, every time you came back, you could change your character. You could be a different character or a different role, hypothetically. And it was my captain's job to say that, like, hey, they're using this character, change to this character who complements that, who counteracts that person better. With this game, you start with the same character. However, they have something called a buy phase, where basically you could pick different weapons to use. So my captains are going to be the ones who are going to be able to say, hey, we're playing this type of level. You should probably use this type of weapon versus this type of weapon, stuff like that. In terms of our practices, the kids show up. We do a little learning. We do some stuff that's not on the computer. We'll get some cardio in. We do some team building exercises. We do some social emotional learning, actually.
Okay.
And then after that, what we do is I try to basically create different situations, and I have them practice those situations. So, for example, because this game is a game that once you get killed, you're eliminated from the round, I have to have practices where I'm going to work with my players and be like, all right, what if you're the only guy left, or there's only two of you left, and there's four other people left? How are we going to do this? So it's stuff like that.
Now, can you create those situations in the game so they can experience that?
Yeah, it's honestly, basically, so what I would just do is I'd set up a match where there's four kids and then there's two kids. So I would just prearrange it ahead of time like that, and we would do custom matches. This way we can control like the settings.
Okay.
Think like where the X-Bang used to train. That type of principle.
Okay. Now, if somebody can't come to your meeting today, could they still express interest and be a part of it here in the spring season coming up?
Absolutely. Today is definitely the day they should come, but if they can't, they can always see me in my classroom, B115. They can reach out to me for the classroom code and see announcements there. They can also just email me altogether, Brian, it's with an I, very important, _Alex@mbpsnj.net.
And what classroom can they find you in if they need to come see you?
Usually B115.
Okay. That's where the meeting is today.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, for the spring. Now, your sport is different in that it is a 3-season sport. So you got fall, winter, now you've got the new spring season,
Yeah, we're basically the digital track.
which is nice.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to take a bus anywhere for your matches,
If we make it to a certain level in the playoffs, we do.
right? Because they
But
have
yeah, no
those
bus.
neutral sites. So, how many matches for the season?
It's usually about 6 to 8.
Okay.
It varies based on breaks, things like that.
Now, is that once a week, twice a week? Like, how's that?
Every match is once a week, and now there's also different games you could play. Like there's also Rocket League, there's also Super Smash Brothers. We're not going into that this season, it looks like, but those are also there. If I'm correct, P-Tech actually is going to do Rocket League.
Okay.
But basically it's on a specific day. So Overwatch was every Thursday, and I'm pretty sure this season Valorant is every Thursday. Now the GSE has it set up that there's actually rules. So like for example, let's say we have conferences and we can't do the match, or we just don't have school, like spring break. So not every spring break is the same for each school. So what you could do is you can reach out to the other coach within a certain period. I think you have about 24 hours before the match, and you can say, hey, this is the situation. Can we reschedule? And as long as that coach is like, yeah, we could definitely reschedule to this day, it's fine as long as you keep the GSC updated. But if you can't, then you have to accept the forfeit. Whoever's the one that says I can't make is the one that's potentially accepting the forfeit. But, I mean, that's happened to us just because we've had days where there was a match, but we didn't have school. And in days like that, I've reached out to those coaches, and they've been very reasonable. Like, yeah, no problem. Oh, we'll do it this day. You know, maybe we'll do it a week later, but we get them.
It'd be nice to be a sport that doesn't have to worry about rainouts. The weather is never a factor, I imagine.
No, but now that you said that, something tells me the pool's going to spring a link. So thanks for that, Chris.
Mr. Alex, I want to thank you for taking some time here to be a part of the morning show, as always. Before we let you go and we wrap up for the week, open mic for you. Make your pitch, do your commercial, get kids to come out for Z Sports.
Do you want to be a part of something? Do you want to play the real game? Come on down to Z Sports. We are the game.
All right, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Alex. Go
Happy
to
Friday.
Z Sports. Go to the baseball meeting. We'll be back on Monday with Maestro Monday. Mr. Alex, who's coming up on Monday for us, off the top of your head, if you know? Mr. Alex is pulling out the special
My handy-dandy
document.
calendar.
Who are we talking to on Maestro Monday?
That's a great question, actually.
And a happy pre-Dominican Independence Day coming up on Monday.
I'm excited for the parades.
Yes. I'm excited to debut this all-Spanish show we recorded yesterday. Again, tune in. It premieres and goes live at 8 a.m. on Monday morning. I'm looking forward to seeing all the kids who come out in all of their Dominican gear and show their national pride. Always exciting and fun. I'm running out of things to say to stall while
I
you
know.
pull that up.
It seems like this is the one day where my phone decided to make it harder to find it. Usually I find it in like a split second.
That's okay. Well, we will have somebody on the morning show for Maestro.
You're going to have Mr. Snow.
Mr.
Which
Snow,
reminds me, I should go hunt him down.
Mr. Computer Science and Cybersecurity himself. So tune in on Monday. We'll be live 7:15. If not, you know the show's a podcast. Go anywhere you get podcasts and you can listen to the Zebra Morning Show. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday.
Thank you for listening to the Zebra Morning Show.
Do us a favor and tell someone else about us. The word of mouth is the best way to help us grow.
Be sure to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram as Zebra Podcast Net.
Please consider subscribing and following us. The Zebra Morning Show is live streamed each day, and we're available as a podcast. Go to zebrapodcastnetwork.com/subscribe.
If you want to get involved with the Zebra Podcast Network, see Mr. Nessie.
Have a great day, Zebra Nation.